The ink covers every inch of his arms. Faded symbols. Strange markings. A patchwork that doesn't make sense. The young Navy SEAL leans forward at the VFW bar, smirking. Why so many tattoos, old man? The question cuts through the laughter. The room goes quiet. What the 73-year-old says next will leave you speechless. His name is Frank Malone. Weathered skin. Hands that shake when he lifts his glass. The kind of guy you'd walk past without a second glance. But tonight, surrounded by younger veterans comparing deployment stories, someone finally asks the question everyone's been wondering. These? Frank rolls up his sleeve. Higher. The tattoos aren't beautiful. They're crude. Almost primitive. Black ink that's bled into gray over decades. Each one has a name. The SEAL Jake. Mid-20s, still carrying that fresh from Coronado confidence laughs. What? Like a girlfriend in every port. Frank's eyes don't leave his arm. Something like that, but there's something in his voice. A weight that makes Jake's smile falter. This one, Frank points to a jagged cross near his wrist. Rodriguez. Took shrapnel meant for me outside. Da Nang. Died before the medevac landed. His finger moves. This star. Patterson. Stepped on a mine clearing a village. 22 years old. The bar isn't quiet anymore. It's silent. Frank's voice doesn't waver, doesn't break. He recites each name like a prayer he's said 10,000 times. This anchor, Williams, drowned, pulling wounded out of a river. This eagle, Chen, shot covering our extraction. This cross, Morrison, bled out in my arms. 73 tattoos, 73 names, all done by hand, all done by Frank himself in the jungles of Vietnam, using sharpened wire and bootleg ink, because he made a promise. If you don't make it home, I'll carry you with me. Jake's face has gone white. The other veterans stare at their drinks. Nobody moves. I was a tunnel rat, Frank says. The words land like stones. You know what that means. Jake nods slowly. Everyone knows. The soldiers who crawled into Viet Cong tunnels pitch black, barely wide enough to breathe, knowing every inch could be your last. The job nobody volunteered for twice. I went down 174 times, Frank continues. Came back up 174 times. But 73 men in my platoon didn't. So every time I lost someone, he taps his arm. I'd carve their name, sometimes in the field, sometimes in base camp. Had to use whatever I could find. Ink from pens, ash, my own blood once. His sleeve is back down now, but everyone's still staring at where the tattoos hide. My wife hated them, Frank says quietly. Said I was punishing myself. Maybe I was. But I made a deal with those boys. They'd watch my back down there, and I'd make sure they weren't forgotten up here. Jake stands, walks over. The cocky smirk is gone, replaced by something raw, something that recognizes the weight Frank's been carrying for 50 years. He extends his hand. Thank you for your service, sir. Frank shakes it. Firm, brief. They're the ones who served. The bartender, a Marine who's been listening from the corner, sets down a fresh drink in front of Frank. This one's on the house. Always. As the night winds down, younger vets approach one by one. They don't ask questions. They just shake Frank's hand. Some leave with tears in their eyes, because they understand now. Every scar tells a story. Every tattoo is a gravestone. Frank Malone walks out into the parking lot alone. 73 names etched into his skin. 73 brothers he'll carry until the day he joins them. Some people wear their pain on the inside. Frank wears it so the world never forgets. If someone's still carrying their brothers home after 50 years, maybe we should ask fewer questions and listen more. Drop a below if you think Frank's promise deserves to be honored. What would you have said to him?